Hello, dear friends. Do you know that one of the oldest civilizations laid the foundation of humanity thousands of years ago? It flourished between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. It invented the world's first writing system called cuneiform. It was the place where the first laws were established, known as the Code of Hammurabi. Here, massive stone statues and ziggurats were constructed. It was also the birthplace of mathematics and science, changing human history forever. Believe me, after watching this video, you will want to know every secret and fact about Mesopotamia. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Today we will learn everything about the Mesopotamian civilization. Friends, in the silent nights, when the desert sand was quietly breathing in its warm air, the flowing waters of the Tigris and Euphrates sparkled like pearls in the moonlight. It was the moment when humans first stepped into history. After hunting and nomadic life, humans began to think, plan, and dream of building large cities. This was the Mesopotamian civilization. A story that made humans not just survive, but become creators of their own future. Thousands of years ago, when most of the world was shrouded in darkness, a fertile land emerged between two rivers. The waves of the Tigris and Euphrates brought life and hope. Here, humans not only built settlements, but also turned their dreams into reality. This land later became the center of the world's first great civilizations. In Greek, this land was called Mesopotamia. It means the land between two rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. It was not just fertile land, but also a testing ground for human creativity and thought. Every year's crop, every drop of water, and every grain of soil witnessed human effort. Humans realized that hunting and gathering were not enough to survive. Through the guidance of the soil, water, and effort in farming, they could secure a steady food supply. Farmers felt the fragrance of the soil, dug irrigation channels, and grew wheat, barley, and millet. This agriculture ended the nomadic life and laid the foundation for settlements. Small tribes grew into large villages, and villages became cities. Cities like Uruk, Nippur, and Babylon were proof of human intelligence and social effort. Each city had a central ziggurat, markets, and walls that served for worship, trade, and protection. The Sumerians were the first residents of Mesopotamia. They gifted humanity the art of writing. Their invention, cuneiform, was inscribed on clay tablets with wedge-shaped marks. Initially, this writing was just pictorial symbols, but over time, it developed into a complete language. People could now record not only daily activities, but also history, laws, and stories. On this script, the world's first laws were recorded, including the famous Code of Hammurabi. This code conveyed justice, crime, and punishment, and was essential for every citizen. Hammurabi was a powerful king who made laws accessible to common people. These laws were displayed on tablets so that everyone could see and understand them. Mesopotamian society consisted of different classes: kings, priests, soldiers, farmers, artisans, and slaves. Each class had a role in the social system with defined responsibilities. Religion was central to their life. They worshipped different gods connected to natural phenomena. Rain, sun, war, and love had dedicated festivals, songs, and rituals. Their temples, called ziggurats, were tall, stepped structures. These were not just places of worship, but also centers of administration and social life. Mesopotamian architects built amazing structures using clay bricks. They invented arches, domes, and columns, which became the foundation for modern architecture. The gardens and palaces of Babylon, counted among the 7 wonders of the world, were part of this civilization. These gardens were lush with greenery and flowers, bringing freshness to city life. Mesopotamian artists excelled in sculpture, carvings, and reliefs. They carved scenes of war, stories of gods, and daily life on stones. Another unique creation was the cylinder seals. They were used as signatures and proof of ownership. Each seal had a unique design and identification importance. Music, dance, and festivals were an essential part of their social life. During worship, musical instruments were played, songs were sung, and city streets shone with festival lights. They were experts in astronomy, observing the movements of stars. They organized agricultural calendars and laid the foundations for time-keeping systems. They learned to divide the day, month, and year, forming the basis of modern calendars. Mesopotamian scholars conducted early research in mathematics. Base 60 number system, geometry, and basic algebra all originated here. This was the first civilization to invent a complete mathematics system. City planning was remarkable. Streets were straight, water systems were organized, and markets were established at specific locations. Every city was an example of practical wisdom and aesthetic design. Strong walls were built around cities to protect them from enemies and armies. Gates and towers served both defense and trade purposes. War was an integral part of their life. Different city-states fought for land and resources. Military training, weapons, and warfare strategies played a key role in political and social systems. After the Sumerians, the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians emerged. They enriched Mesopotamia further and spread its culture far and wide. The Assyrians were famous for their military strength and skills. Their palaces and fortified cities were decorated with artistic maps and designs. Babylon became a great center of knowledge, art, and law. From here, the light of knowledge spread far and wide. Revolution came in writing, law, and astronomy. The Mesopotamian civilization gifted the world writing, law, city planning, arts, music, and social culture. Over time, this great civilization declined, but its impact remained permanently in history. Mesopotamia taught humans that civilization is built not only with power, but also with knowledge, discipline, and cooperation. Every tablet, building, and law proves that humans learned to think, write, and organize here. This was the place where humans first looked at the sky and asked, "Who are we, and what is our place in the universe?" The story of Mesopotamia is not just the past, but the foundation of today's world. The light of knowledge and art from here influenced future civilizations. Humanity began its journey of science, law, and art from here. That is why it is called the jewel of civilization. The principles and inventions born here still exist in the world today. Time destroyed the cities, but its spirit remains alive in history. Every ruin, tablet, and artwork reminds us of human effort. Even today, when we see laws, writing, and cities, we can see glimpses of Mesopotamia behind them. This civilization was humanity's first successful social experiment. It was based on knowledge, cooperation, and discipline. A success that shone as the first light in darkness, guiding the world. So friends, Mesopotamia's history became a silent but immortal voice. It teaches us that human thought and effort have no limits. So friends, this was a glimpse of Mesopotamia, thousands of years ago. Epic discoveries. Goodbye.